me Simmy and welcome to another super exciting episode of La Maison L'Oréal Paris, your one stop for everything related to makeup. तो मुझे बहुत लोग पूछते हैं कि सिमी what is that number one rule when it comes to applying makeup? तो मैंने इसके बारे में बहुत सोचा and I realized that the number one rule when it comes to applying makeup is to know and understand your undertones and your skin tone. तो अगर आपको अपनी undertone, अपनी skin tone पता है, then finding the perfect shade of lipstick, your eyeshadow that flatters your overall look just becomes very easy. So that's exactly what we're going to be focusing in our today's video. तो आज हम जो भी products use करेंगे वो सारे description box में mention है and अगर आपके पास भी ऐसी कोई मेकअप रूल है जो आप मेरे साथ शेयर करना चाहते हैं then please let me know in the comment section below. And आज के वीडियो के लिए मैं कॉल करूंगी आनम चश्मा वाला who's also a fellow makeup blogger and my friend. And yeah, without wasting any more time, let's call Aanam. Hi Aanam, how are you doing? It's so good to see you again.
Hi, thanks for having me once again.
So I was thinking because I love the way you do your makeup and it just looks so flawless and perfect every time you do it. तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना मैं आपको फ़ोन करके पूछूं कि how you do your makeup, you know, according to your skin tone and your undertone, and I think it's going to be very helpful to our viewers as well.
That's a really interesting idea. I'm definitely in. Count me in. I think this will also be extra interesting because you and I have such different skin tones. So there will be quite a wide variety literally for the audience to see between you and me.
Yeah, so let's get started.
Let's.
Alright, so the first product that we're going to be using is a foundation. Now, sahi foundation choose karna is equally important as knowing how to apply your foundation.
So I feel like with undertones, it's fairly simple to understand. There are three types of undertones. You have cool, you have warm, and then you have neutral bang in the middle. If you don't know what your skin falls under by default, the simplest way of knowing कि आपका skin tone, आपका skin का undertone कौन सी category में जाता है, look at your veins. अगर आपको ज़्यादातर green या olive veins नजर आती हैं, that means you have warm undertone. If you see more blue या purple, उसका मतलब ये है कि आपका skin ज़्यादा cool undertone में आता है. Having said that, अगर आप दोनों का mix देखते हो, तो आप neutral undertone के हो. तो जब आप पहले लाइट मीडियम और डीप देखोगे उसके साथ आप ये एक और लेयर देख सकते हो with the help of which you will get that exact foundation match for your skin.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so I fall in the medium skin tone category and then I have a neutral undertone.
Correct.
So I am medium and neutral.
Yes.
And Aanam, what about you?
Well, I'm more of the medium to deep depending on how tan I am at that time, and I'm mostly always warm undertone. That really has never changed for me.
Oh, perfect. And with that, we move on to the product that we're going to be using today, which is the L'Oréal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I'm in the shade 106 Sun Beige.
So I'm using the same product as well, but I'm in the shade 108, which is caramel beige. This matches my skin really nicely and gives that warm glow that I absolutely love with my makeup.
इसको आप अपने फेस पे डायरेक्टली अप्लाई कर सकते हैं या फिर आप अपने फेस पे इसको डॉट कर लीजिए एंड उसके बाद ब्लेंडर यूज कर लें. That is totally your call, but I like applying it directly with my blender.
So Simmy, what is your usual preference like? Like, do you prefer working with your makeup with really high coverage foundations, or do you prefer completely like lightweight?
Actually, it depends on my mood and the occasion, to be honest. Like for an everyday look, I like to keep it very simple. In fact, I usually don't even apply foundation on my entire face. I just dab a little bit of foundation or either concealer on my scars and my under eyes. And that's about it. And you know, I just do my mascara, my eyes a little bit here and there, and a lipstick or a lip gloss, and I'm done for that everyday look. But when it comes to, you know, that full glam heavy blogger event wala look that you know we're supposed to do when we're attending events, us time pe then I go for a full coverage foundation, like full glam. So yeah, what about you?
I'm actually very similar to that. I can just kind of leave the house with concealer and lip balm on most days and mascara. But if I'm sitting to film a tutorial or something, then I will opt for something that has at least medium coverage. Thankfully, I have good skin, so I can get away with like really lightweight coverage also. But if I'm doing like a full-fledged like fashion shoot or a campaign shoot, that is when I reach out for complete full coverage foundations.
Perfect. So I am done with my foundation. What about you?
Same. Literally last couple of dabs and I'm good to go.
So with that, moving on to the next step, which is using a concealer. So the concealer that I have with me is the L'Oréal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I am in the shade 312 Amber. Now this concealer actually matches my skin really well. So I'm going to be using this to conceal my dark spots, my under eyes, pigmentation, etc.
So actually, Simmy, I've chosen the same product and the same shade. If you're wondering why I've opted for the same shade as you, I'm going to tell you that my trick is a little bit different. What I like to do with concealer is that I like to conceal but also brighten up the center of my face. So typically we tend to use concealer on our under eyes, around the chin and on the nose as well sometimes, right? What I like to do is keep those areas slightly brighter than the rest of my face to pull it inwards and give that pro makeup kind of a look. The simple trick for that is that I opt for something that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than something that I would normally use if I was only looking at concealing. So this is my trick. I'm going to be doing a little bit of brightening with my concealer as well.
Perfect. So I'm going to dab that underneath my eyes.
Yeah, same way, I'm just going into my under eyes, my chin and my nose. Those are the areas that I'm always focusing on most for brightening. So once I apply a little bit of the product, I use the same technique. जहाँ पे अगर मुझे build करना हो तो मैं बाद में करती हूँ. पहले मैं थोड़ा सा product लगा के blend करती हूँ and then I'll see if I need more.
So I think you guys can see how one shade of concealer actually works differently on different skin tones. तो you know, मैं वही सेम कंसीलर यूज़ कर रही हूँ सिर्फ स्पॉट करेक्ट और कंसील करने के लिए, एंड आनम वही शेड यूज़ कर रहे हैं टू ब्राइटन देयर फेस. सो दैट इज़ हाउ यू कैन यू नो चूज योर शेड ऑफ कंसीलर्स एज वेल.
एंड इट्स रियली इजी टू यूज. आई फील लाइक उसका जो 2 फुट एप्लीकेटर है, हाफ द जॉब गेट्स डन विद दैट ओनली बिकॉज उससे एप्लीकेशन बहुत ईजी हो जाता है. व्हाट डू यू थिंक सिमी?
या इट इज़ एक्चुअली, इट जस्ट गोज ऑल द वे इन एंड गिव्स मी एक ही बार में मेरा एक्चुअली जितने भी मुझे स्पॉट्स हैं जो भी करेक्ट करना होता है, it gives me enough product in one go to just correct and conceal everything.
Yeah. I'm also going ahead and applying 2 tiny little dots on my eyelids. I feel कि अगर आपको separately एक eye primer नहीं use करना है बाद में, और अगर आपको full coverage type का look चाहिए जो मुझे आज चाहिए, मैं थोड़ा सा concealer लगा के वहाँ पे eyelid पे भी blend कर रही हूँ, so it gives that even look to the entire eye area.
Alright Aanam, so I am done with my concealing as well.
1, 2 and 3. I'm done too.
Alright Aanam, so what's the next step? What are we doing now?
So for the next step, I was thinking we should move on to the eyes, and I've selected a liquid matte liner over here from L'Oréal Paris. It's time to pay a little attention to the eyes, and I wanted to do a nice classic wing. I've selected this in the shade black just to make sure I stick to my signature style, and I feel like the color complements me really beautifully. What have you gone with, Simmy? What are your thoughts on this?
So I'm using the same product, but I'm gonna go with the shade brown. Now actually brown also goes really well on medium to fair skin tones, because I think it does the job of highlighting your eyes and just, you know, making them look brighter and getting all of the focus on the eyes. So I'm going to be using this liner to create that nice crisp wing that we were talking about. And also, if you guys want to know how to create a wing liner easily, I've done a video on that. You should just click on this link right here, go watch it. Meanwhile, me and Aanam will start on that wing. Okay, so I like to begin from the center of my eyelids, and I just draw this very thin line along my lash line. तो एक बार आप अपने lash line के end पे पहुंच जाएंगे, तब एक diagonal line, छोटी सी stroke आप draw कीजिए and just connect it with your lash line. So I think थोड़ी सी practice लगती है, but once you get a hang of it, it's just very easy. Okay, so Aanam, I can see you're done with your wing liner too. Now let's just quickly do a coat of mascara with the L'Oréal Paris Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I believe you have the same one.
Yes, and I love it. I feel like it gives such an instant lift to my lashes. मुझे लगता है कि मस्कारा लगाने के टाइम पे I look the weirdest because मेरा मुंह खुल जाता है and my face goes into this weird expression. Every time I feel like I'm wearing mascara, I feel like I look weird.
So it's very funny actually. When I started doing my makeup tutorials, I used to look very funny, and when I used to see my videos, then I was being very conscious about not opening my mouth, and then now it's become a habit.
I think I need to practice mascara without opening my mouth.
Okay, done.
And done too.
So now let's move on to the next product, which is a blush. So Aanam, please tell our audience how to select the perfect shade of blush.
So first off, मैं आपको बताने वाली हूँ कि मैंने आज के लिए कौन सा blush चुना है. I have chosen the Labara blush from the L'Oréal Paris range in the shade number 10, which is Play With Me. ये एक ब्यूटीफुल कॉरली शेड है और मुझे लगता है कि अगर आपकी स्किन टोन मेरे से सिमिलर है तो मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि आप रोजी पिंकिश शेड्स कर सकते हैं, आप कॉरली ऑप्शंस कर सकते हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट अगर आपको चाहिए तो थोड़े डीपर टोन्स भी आप सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. आई फील कि बहुत सारे लोग ब्लशेस को लाइक स्किप कर लेते हैं. इट इज़ अ वेरी वेरी अंडररेटेड प्रोडक्ट. और जहाँ तक कि इसका एक्चुअल यूज क्या है, आई फील कि इट शुड एड अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ कलर टू योर फेस बट ऑल्सो नॉट टू मच कलर. इमेजिन दिस, अगर आप अपने फेस को, अपनी चीक्स को पिंच करें तो वो जो थोड़ा नेचुरल फ्लश हेल्दी लुक जैसे आता है, इट इज द जॉब ऑफ द ब्लश टू गिव यू दैट लुक विद मेकअप.
So I'm going with the shade Be Fierce. Now this is slightly warmer. It's like a warm deep red color. अगर आप मेरी skin tone में fall करते हैं, if you fall in the medium skin tone category or maybe if you fall in the fair category, then you want to go for peaches, plums, corals and stuff like that. And you can also try warmer shades like I'm doing. All you have to be doing is that just take a little bit of the product, tap the excess off, so that आपके face पे एकदम से patchy नहीं लगे ये shade. And then I'm just gonna tap a little bit on my hand as well, just to make sure the excess product is gone. So I'm just gonna tap it on my cheeks like that. So you wanna just smile a little. And आपके ये जो apples हैं, ये जो cheeks के एकदम chubby part है, वहाँ पे आप इसको tap करना शुरू कर दें. And then just take it all the way backwards and try to blend it with your hairline like that, so it looks very natural and pretty.
पता है, मैं एक छोटा सा हैक दूंगी यहाँ पे सिमी. बहुत सारे लोग, ऑब्वियसली पहले मैं भी सिर्फ अपनी चीक्स पे ब्लश लगाती थी, बट आई एक्चुअली रियली एंजॉय पुटिंग अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ द ब्लश ऑन माय नोज नाउडेज. आई फील लाइक ये एक इक्वल टिंच दे देता है फेस को एंड इट जस्ट रियली टाइज इन द लुक टुगेदर रियली रियली नाइसली.
So now Aanam, I really love this the blush that I'm using because it's got a nice soft creamy formula. It's a powder blush but it's got a creamy formula which just like really nicely blends into your skin and your makeup, and it lasts all day long, and also it just does not look heavy on your face at all. Can you see the pigment on that? Like you just need this much, like literally tiny bit of it, and you just it just covers it up.
हमारे फेस के ग्लैम के लिए अब हम लास्ट स्टेप पे जाने वाले हैं. For that today I have selected this highlighter over here today. This is number 16 Be Brave from L'Oréal Paris' Labara blush range.
I'm going with the same shade actually, Be Brave. I feel like this shade complements a lot of skin tones because as you said, it's slightly golden but at the same time it's like more on the rose gold side, I think काफी pretty shade है ये, and it doesn't look too heavy on the face. You can go for that natural daytime glow with this, or you can also build it up for the evening glam look. So yeah, I think with that we've explained enough about the highlighter. Let's start with the application.
So you know what, actually मैं आपको एक हैक भी बताने वाली हूँ आज. अगर आपको वो हाइलाइटर लुक चाहिए लेकिन आपको वो ग्लो फ्रॉम विद इन जैसा लुक चाहिए जहाँ पे आपको ऊपर हाइलाइटर नहीं लगाना, आप एक्चुअली फाउंडेशन से पहले भी हाइलाइटर लगा सकते हो. दिस विल रियली गिव यू दैट ड्यूई लुक जो आपको शायद चाहिए होगा. ज़्यादा नेचुरल हाईलाइट फिनिश जैसे लगेगा, बट प्लीज हाईलाइटर को स्किप मत कीजिए बिकॉज आई फील लाइक दैट कैन कम्प्लीटली रूइन अदरवाइज रियली ग्लैमरस लुक. व्हाट डू यू थिंक सिमी?
Yeah, Aanam, I completely agree with you. And also a little bit about the application. I feel like कि आप जब अपने high points पे लगा रहे हो तो मैंने एक नई चीज़ notice की है, which is something that I've started doing very recently, कि मैं अपने eyebrow के just ऊपर लगाना शुरू कर दिया मैंने. पहले मैं यहाँ पे लगाती होती थी अपने forehead के center पे, but I feel like a little bit around your eyebrow actually just instantly brightens that area and just makes your forehead look smaller in fact. So Aanam, I am done with my highlighter. And I can see you're done as well. So now let's just finish off the makeup look with the lipstick.
Let's do that.
Okay, so the lipstick that I'm gonna go for is the L'Oréal Paris Rouge Signature Liquid Matte Lipstick, and the shade that I'm gonna go for is 130 I Amaze.
I've actually also chosen something from the same collection. The shade I'm opting for is 121, which is I Choose.
Alright Aanam, we're done with the look. You look so pretty. I love the entire look, how it turned out and everything.
I love how your look turned out as well. overall, I feel like one of the biggest takeaways जो आपके audience के लिए होने वाली है इस video से is going to be हाँ हमने काफी सारे similar shades use किए हुए हैं but इतने different लगते हैं हम पे.
Yeah, perfect. So thank you so much Aanam for joining us and teaching our audience कि कैसे हम अपने skin tones and undertones select करके एक perfect makeup look create कर सकते हैं. So thank you once again for joining us and I will see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me once again, Simmy. I hope I will see you soon again here. Bye.
Bye. So with that, it's a wrap for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. You enjoyed the makeup look that we've created and all of the tips that we've shared in today's video were helpful to you. तो आज हमने जो भी products use किए हैं वो सारे description box में mentioned है. And जाने से पहले subscribe करना ना भूलिएगा and also hit on the bell icon so that you are notified and updated every time we upload a new video. And also साथ के साथ hit on the like button so that we know that you've thoroughly enjoyed today's video. And also if you guys have any makeup rule that you want to share with me, then comment करके मुझे ज़रूर बताएं so that I can try it out next time. And with that, it's a wrap for now. I will see you next time. Bye.